got any questions that you can ask me? throw some random newbie questions at me.
What was your final straw that made you say, hey, I'm gonna stop talking about it, I'm gonna just do it? Like how did that happen? Like how do you know when you're at that point?
Oh, that's a really good question. So, well, when I saw my old business partner, when he closed his first $5,000 deal, when he got his commission, that inspired me.
U-turn.
Make a U-turn. Perfect. So when my daughter, or our daughter, was on the way, that inspired me. I need to make $5,000. I want to see what it feels like to make $5,000. But what really pushed me was the fact that when I mean, obviously I'm an action taker. And a lot of times people have to see the money. They have to see what you're doing in order for them to, you know, make a move or make their first move. But usually it don't take that from me. But for real estate, it did. My old business partner, he got me inspired. When I saw the $5,000 check, I'm like, wow, I need to make that type of money. What could that do for my family? And again, at the time, that's when we were having our daughter. So it kind of drove me in a way like, okay, I think if he can do this, I can do it, right? And now, once I started actually studying, and not only was I studying, but I was taking action as I was studying. So the first thing I learned was driving for dollars. Once I learned how to drive for dollars, like it just kind of shifted. It shifted my mindset. Like, wow, I can come in here and get a deal.
Central Expressway.
Perfect. I can get a deal by just simply driving around looking at ugly houses. Okay, cool. I think this was like a 10-minute answer. But to answer that question, I'll just say it was my family. It was my old business partner that gave me the inspiration to go ahead and just say, hey, F it. You know, I'm done working. Let me go ahead and put full 110% effort inside of this business so that I can get a deal done. So, throw another question. That was a really good question. I never had nobody ask me that.
When you were starting to do your first deal, what was your biggest challenge that almost made you quit?
Actually learning how to close people. That was like my biggest hurdle. Like actually closing people. I didn't understand the sales process. And if you don't know the sales process, please look up the Sandler rules or look up the Sandler submarine and you'll understand the sales process. But
21 there.
Perfect. But I had a big challenge closing people. So whenever I used to get like, I would be right there, I would lose the deal because I didn't know how to close. I would make my offer, and after I would make my offer to these people, I mean, I couldn't get it to the finish line. And that's what made me like say, okay, it's something that I'm missing. I started reaching out to people and they kind of told me, okay, you're not really good at closing. You need to learn how to close. Well, how do I learn how to close? Well, are you good at sales? Well, yeah, I'm good with talking to people. I'm good at that. Okay, well, you got to understand sales and how the sales process works. There's Whataburger. And once I learned how the sales process worked by watching the Sandler submarine and watching the Sandler rules, the Sandler training, that's when I became better and I became that closer. And now I'm pretty confident. But that was like my biggest hurdle, my biggest challenge when I first got started was actually closing people.
Okay, guys, we're going to take another commercial break.
Yeah, because I'm hungry.